Today I'm going to show you how to increase conversions and make more sales with the psychological power of cognitive bias. We like to think that we're rational people making rational decisions every day. We weigh up the pros and cons of every purchasing decision we make and we come to a logical choice, right? Wrong. Cognitive bias influences every decision you and your customer makes. Everyone is susceptible to cognitive bias, leading to inaccurate judgments and decisions. And this works super well in marketing, and it has been throughout the history and ages. First, who am I? I'm Michael Galvin. I run an email agency called No Limit Email. We make millions of dollars every month for our clients through the power of email marketing. Okay, cool. Let's dive straight into it. All right. Leverage cognitive bias to boost conversions and sales. I'm going to teach you how you can do it in the copywriting, how you do it in offers, and how you present your product. Let's get into it. Okay, the first one is price anchoring, and there's so many different ways that you can do this. There's perceived value, there's decoy effect, there's framing, it could go on and on. But for this example, we're going to look at just a few. So number one is perceived value, right? So you can be presenting your offer in your email, on your webpage, and it could be $4.99. And somebody sees that and they go, okay, that looks expensive. But if you do something as simple as saying, hey, it's $4.99 marked down from $999, all of a sudden, this looks like a great deal to somebody, right? Unhappy face, happy face. Now, the other one that we'll go into is called the decoy effect. And we have a great example here, selling phones and how it's used, right? So if you look here, the iPhone, the retail price is actually lower than the Samsung phone. It's $875. So the Samsung phone is like, what, $400 plus more overall? But the way that they're positioning this is you look at the monthly payments and you see, wait, if I get the Apple, I'm having to pay $6 more per month. I could save $6 more per month and I could actually get the Samsung. It has a bigger screen. See how they've positioned it and definitely made it bigger than this one. Plus there's 2 months of YouTube Premium. So naturally, people are going to want to choose this one here over the iPhone. In the end, they're doing less monthly repayments, but also in the end, you as the seller, you make more money overall because it's much more expensive than the iPhone. So the Samsung looks like a much better deal and more people are going to select this. Other ways of using price anchoring is showing people the most expensive version first. So you may have like 4 different options. The first one they see either on the left or on the page is the most expensive one. And it's probably not the one that you want them to buy anyway because you know it's super expensive. And then you show them the cheaper priced options. And naturally, once they see the cheaper priced options, they look like a very good price because they've just seen the super expensive one first. Another way to do that is comparison of savings. So you can have a bundle pack and say, hey, you can get the one product here or you can get a bundle. It's more expensive overall, but because you're getting a bundle, you're actually saving money on all of these items. And so that's a bundle deal. The other one would be a comparison deal. So a good example of this is something like Basecamp. So it's like, hey, if you sign up for Basecamp, which is a software, it's like, sure, it costs you $100 a month, but it takes over Slack, it takes over your project management, it takes over Zoom calls, it takes over these 5 other apps. And if you added up all the prices of these 5 other apps, it would cost you 10 times more than choosing our option. So that's a great way of doing a comparison for price anchoring and getting more people to take your offer and buy your offer. Yeah, another great way of price anchoring is instead of saying, hey, for $30, you can get 10 of these supplements, instead say something like, for $30, you get 3 of these supplements, but then you also get 7 free supplements to go with them, right? Obviously that's an exaggeration, but just playing with the numbers and the perception and how you position the deal is going to really affect the conversion rate of that deal, because obviously it sounds like such a better deal. Instead of like, hey, you get 10 things for $30, it's like, hey, you get 3 things and we're going to throw in 7 free things completely for free. So it's a massive added value for you too. So that's price anchoring. Let's look at another one. So social proof bias or bandwagon bias, right? It sounds like what it is. People jumping on the bandwagon, seeing what other people are doing. When people are trying to purchase something, they're always thinking in terms of, is this a safe choice or not a safe choice? And when they see that other people are jumping on the bandwagon, they're going to conform to what they are doing, right? This is kind of like herd mentality. Think about it as if you're driving down the highway, you're super hungry, and then you see 2 restaurants. One restaurant has 30 cars out the front. It's busy, people are in there, people are eating, and then the restaurant next door only has 10 cars out front. Naturally, you're going to want to go to the restaurant that has more people in it because of the social proof. You're thinking, okay, there's more people there. It must be a better place. Maybe they have cheaper prices. Maybe the quality of food, the customer service is better. I'd rather go with what everybody else is doing instead of making a mistake and going to the other one. Same thing you see when people are lining up. Even though maybe there isn't supposed to be a line, if people start naturally lining up, everyone's just going to follow suit. So when it comes to social proof, one of the biggest issues that I come across with e-commerce brands is that they're very limited in the social proof that they use. So most brands, when they think of social proof, they just think product reviews, and then that's kind of where it ends. But really, you can do a lot of different things. You can use statistics or ratings as social proof. So this is a great example here from Depology skincare brand. They're using statistics. 66.9% of people say they have more hydrated skin. 55% have improved skin texture. All of that stuff. So they can see that there's some sort of statistical rating behind the products, and it shows and proves to them that there's an effectiveness to the product that they're buying. And of course, before and after for supplements, for skincare, for like so many different things is also great. So as you can see here, day 0, day 30, day 0, day 30. Skin is so much clearer, it's more hydrated, and then there's also some cool reviews in here which doesn't hurt at all. So that is the before and after. You can do stuff like retail footprint. A lot of people buying online, they're a bit cautious about buying online. They don't know if they can trust the site. Is it scammy? So you can tell them, hey, we're in Nordstrom, hey, we're in Walmart, we're in CVS. And then once again, that's like, okay, safe option. They're actually in these big trusted retailers that we know about. Customer reviews, user-generated content, so selfies, videos, any type of media content that's been generated by your customers and not by you as the brand. That helps with trust. Awards and recognition, community engagement. So a lot of brands, they'll be like, hey, we have this community of 40,000 people in our Facebook group. Why don't you come join? And once again, that's great social proof. Certifications and badges. Featured in, mentioned in, we've been in Elle magazine, we've been in Oprah magazine, whatever it is. Celebrity or influencer endorsements, so big name influencers that people may know or that are popular within that brand's niche. And then also expert or authority recommendations. So this is a little bit different to influencer and celebrity. These are typically like subject matter experts, and I'll show you what I mean in the next one. So here's one that we did for Depology, and it actually is called Take It From the Experts. We had 2 experts weigh in and actually recommend which product they liked and why they liked it. So we've got Dr. Patrick Tracy, and then we had this other expert down below. And then in here, it says what he recommends. This is the product that he recommends for the brand. A skincare tip for it, and why he supports the brand. So transparent formulations, and the one that he recommends is Matrixyl, and then a nice little quote from that expert. So these are very, very, very valuable in all different types of niches, especially ones where people are quite cautious about, where you're promising great results and they've probably tried 100 other different brands and just hasn't gotten the results that they wanted. And then this one's just like a UGC, an influencer one. So hey, we got some stats here: 30,000 views, 204,000 followers. No, that's 30 million views. So that's a lot of views. And then we have some UGC from somebody on TikTok plus a review. And if you saw this whole email, there would be like 2 other people talking about the product and also showing their TikTok video. So really great social proof, helps influence purchasing decisions, helps influence more sales. If people can know, like, and trust you, or if they know and like other people who recommend you, they're more likely to buy. Okay, here is another great one. It's loss aversion bias, right? So the perception of potential loss is typically more severe than gaining something. This is your typical FOMO, fear of missing out. If I don't get it now, it may not be around later. If I don't grab this savings now, it may not be around later either. So you do want to create some sense of urgency and highlight the potential loss if that person doesn't take action. It's like, hey, if you don't take action now, you're gonna miss out on these savings, or you're gonna miss out on this new product launch because it's gonna be sold out. So great ways to do that. It's actually having pre-orders before you launch a product. So taking orders before it's even released, using simple things like the sale is ending soon, limited time offers, using things like selling fast or exclusive, limited inventory stock. Countdown timers work really well. And that's just another form of like scarcity bias. So it's like there's a 24-hour countdown timer and people are like, okay, clock's ticking, I have to make a decision now. And of course here, save 20% if you buy now versus get 20% off. You should definitely split test that copy in your emails, on your website, and actually see which one works better. So let's have a look at some examples here. So here's a abandoned checkout. And they say here in the top, our sales and inventory are often limited. We can't guarantee that the products left in your cart are going to be available when you decide to pull the trigger. So of course, it's going to create that sense of urgency and also scarcity. And somebody wants to buy now instead of just going, I'll go get it later, and then they forget about it. And here is sort of like, we only have a limited amount of these, right? We're almost out of these. Our products are handmade in small batches. We cannot guarantee how long they will be in stock. And then here is a great pre-order sort of example. Pre-order now, get all this and experience it for the first time before anybody else. So a bit of exclusivity there. It's like, hey, you get to experience this before anyone else even gets their hands on it. And it's like shop the pre-order. And here I have another really cool example. And this is kind of the inventory level reminder for people, right? So it's not, we're going out of stock or anything. We call it inventory level email. So going, almost gone. We look here. It's like, okay, here are the high risk inventory. This one's almost gone. This one's low stock, and this one's low stock. And it's really nice because they've actually given you a visual prompt. Instead of just going, this is nearly out, they're actually showing, look, this is how much is gone, and we've only got this much left. These 3 are reaching their final days. Get your last orders placed before they're gone. Very, very smart. And then the rest of this email, so these ones are medium risk, right? Matcha, space brownie, cinnamon, we're running low on the above. And then of course, what is crazy smart is because some people may read these and go, you're bluffing, it's not going to run out. And so at the end, they're like, hey, this one is actually completely out of stock. The glazed donut, gone, but not forever. And then sign up for the wait list, right? Wait lists, once again, work really, really well. So now you're showing them that you're not bluffing. Like, these things actually do run out of stock, and you could have gotten this, but you've missed out. Too bad. So that is some great examples of loss aversion. And then we're coming on to our last one now. It's called heuristic bias. So a lot of shoppers base their decisions, shopping and in life, on kind of like what's sitting fresh in their mind. They rely on their recent memories, right? And so what heuristic bias does is that you jump on trends, current trends, movie-related peaks and hikes, sort of flavor of the month, and what's happening in the news. Great example of this is the new Barbie movie, and you've probably seen it. Some people actually did real collabs with them, I think like Gap and a few other, but a lot of other people just jumped on the bandwagon of this Barbie craze, using the colors, using the theme, everything like that. And so you can see here from Oliver Thomas, all dolled up with the premiere to get to shop pink. So they did a lot of like pink stuff. And then here from Lemon Perfect, they've got like sort of like the Barbie car, and once again the whole Barbie theme, right? So they're just jumping on that trend. They know people are thinking about it. It's top of their mind, and this sort of stuff is going to catch their attention. Awesome. So that is 4 simple ways to use cognitive bias to create more sales and increase conversions. If you have a look and search it up, there's so many more other ways that you can do this, and different things that you can do to actually increase conversions using cognitive bias. If you really enjoyed this video, make sure you like and subscribe. And if you want to see and dive a little bit more into the mind of your customer, I created a cool video on how to use AI to figure out how to make more sales from your customers, and you can see that to the right.